Blog Talk Radio.
This is NLPI Radio. NLPI Radio. NLPI Radio. NLPI Radio. NLPI Radio. Stay tuned in to Logsdon Paranormal Investigations Radio Show.
I love it. I love it. Every Friday night, the voice of Paranormal Princess, Christy Michael. Thank you, Christy Michael, indeed, for your jingles. So we're going to see Christy quite soon. But where are we? This is North London Paranormal Investigations. Friday night paranormal show with myself, Mickey Gocool, the founder of NLPI. Boy, what an interesting week I have had. It's been such an interesting week. It's been absolutely interesting. I did a paranormal investigation on Tuesday at a private house. Oh, I'll tell you about that in a bit. But tonight's show, guys and girls, ladies and gents, and all those not quite sure, tonight's show is about paranormal fakers. But also, I'd like to introduce Merrick, Alora. Listen out for the name, okay? Merrick, Alora, and Annette Building. They're going to be here talking about their TV show called Scariests Places, right? You want to know more? Stay tuned, because they are going to be here and they're going to make you laugh. Trust me, they're going to make you laugh. Berni and Michael would be along from Take the Cake Productions. They're the guys behind Merrick and Annette, and we're going to talk to them a bit later in the show. But, ladies and gents, Friday night wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for this guy. You know who I'm talking about. Of course you do. You know who I'm talking about. It's him.
Will you please welcome, all the way from the USA, your NLPI Friday Night Paranormal Show host, Kurt Logsdon.
How are you doing, Sir Kurt Logsdon?
I'm doing great, Mickey, and yourself.
Do you know what? It's been a really good day for me today. I mean, it's Friday night, and we've had 36 degrees. 36 degrees in the garden today. That was just the hottest day ever. Honestly, it was amazing.
36
and
degrees.
When I say it was amazing.
Celsius, obviously, for Americans. I couldn't do the math, so I don't even want to get into it.
I have no idea. I have no idea about conversions. But listen, it was hot. I mean, it's probably the only thing that's hotter than this show right now, because we have got, and listen carefully, we've definitely got something that's going to make you laugh. And we've got some interesting stuff as well. We're going to talk about the nuclear bunker, which is taking place this time next week. And joining us at the nuclear bunker will be Merrick, Alora, and of course Annette Building. And Annette Building is here in the studio. She's with us live. She's just in the green room and she's chilling out, okay? She's here, guys and girls. You're going to hear from her in a mo. But we are talking about paranormal fakers, okay? We're going to talk about paranormal fakers and why people do it. That's coming up in a bit. But yeah, you know what? I've had a really good week. First of all, I want to say hi to Kirsty. Okay, hi to Kirsty. How are you? Had the pleasure of meeting Kirsty in the week. She's a fantastic person, and she's going to come along to the nuclear bunker as well. So, we're going to give her the whole VIP treatment because I think she deserves it. You know, she works hard. She's a mum, and I think her sister's coming as well. So yeah, I think it's nice to just throw a treat in the works every now and again because people enjoy that kind of thing, and she really wants to come. So we said, come along, be our guest, see how we do things, and have a night to remember, basically. So hi to you, Kirsty. Hi to Christine as well. Rachel Darby. Oh, you know Rachel Darby, Kurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rachel Darby. Yes. Oh yes, Rachel Darby. Yes, Rachel Darby from GC UK South East. Last week I said Southwest, but it's South East. Okay. Yeah, we'll be hearing more about her events and what she's been up to, I think, over the next couple of weeks, because there's the Chelmsford investigation, Chelmsford Museum that she's doing. So many investigations, so many things to do. We've got guests in the green room chilling with glasses of wine and all sorts of things. It's going to be an interesting night, guys. So listen up. But I want to hear what you've been up to, Kurt. I want to hear what you've been up to this week, mate.
What have I been up to this week? 2 shows. This is the 3rd. Let me think what else. Got my cat back last night. My cat decided that I adopted a cat. Well, I took the cat out of the apartment complex because it was just bumming food off of people. See, people move out and then they let their animals loose. And then what happens is they end up going to a kill shelter. And I am so against kill shelters that I took it in, and it's we are explicit tonight, aren't we? I saw on the thing. So I saw this little son of a bitch. I was out there grabbing a cigarette, had the door shut to my patio, opened it up, and it was about 10:30, I guess. And I put my foot out for it to stop, like you do it and push it kind of back a little bit. Well, it jumped over my foot and took off. So I'm like, great. So I'm trying to figure out where this thing's at. And then I see it, and then I see this other big cat, like this big, like, this is my territory cat, kind of walk down, and I have all these tactical flashlights that go into strobe mode to, like, stun somebody, so I strobe mode the cat. Yeah, no, people, I did not attack a cat. I just put a flashlight in a strobe mode to keep it from attacking my cat, and then I stopped it, and then my cat took off and finally got it back today. I suckered it in, so it's in timeout right now. But yeah, I like the cat, dude. I truly do like having the cat around. That's about the highlight of it, dude.
You have such interesting weeks. Oh, Kurt.
Dude, my life is weird, dude. I just got the strangest life in the world, I swear to God.
It's so interesting. I mean, when I say, you know what, every time we speak, we speak off air during the week, and we, like everyone else, we're busy, but sometimes this is the only time we can get to talk, and it is kind of strange for me, really, buddy, because I get this image in my mind of, you rolling around on a big Harley Davidson and pulling up at the 7-Eleven or whatever it is, and, chilling out with the chicks in their convertible cars, but instead you're fighting cats.
Yeah. I got 85% of my body's covered in tattoos. But I love this damn cat. I swear to God. This cat, I had to rescue it, man. Well, I had a Rottweiler, too. I mean, that's more fitting for what I look like. And I rescued her also. She's done. I had to put her down. But I still got her ashes. But, yeah, man, I love animals, dude. I love them all. I just don't see how people can abuse them, So that's all, man. If I got a kind heart, it's towards animals, less towards people. You know what I'm talking about? I love animals. I just don't like some people. That's basically it.
Well, do you know what? I'm always I'll say it. I'm going to say it. I'm always suspicious about.
Why is that?
Sorry. I just had a look round, and the sky is just the oddest colour. It's just strange. I can just see. It's almost like we're about to get hit by a thunderstorm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just really weird. But that's totally thrown me off my train of thought. But, yeah. Do you know what, Kurt? We've got a busy show lined up, so I want to get straight into this because the paranormal world is full of fakers. Fakers. And I hate it. I hate it with a passion that where my mentors and my peers are all there and they're saying, you know what, I really feel and think the same way you think, Nicky, but I just do not want to say anything through fear of offending someone.
Can I say it?
Dude, you can say what you want, but at the end of the day, let me make this absolutely clear to everybody, right? I am a paranormal investigator. I investigate the paranormal. I don't investigate other things. I investigate the paranormal. So if you come to me with a report of paranormal, I will look into it to see whether there is any evidence of paranormal activity. That's what I do. Now, if somebody asks my opinion on something, I will give them my opinion to the best of my ability. And it can only be the truth. And I don't know what people want. Because when you tell people the truth, sometimes they wrap it up and throw it back in your face, and they start accusing you and throwing all the attention on you and just stalking you and just making sure that you know that they are watching every step. I don't want people to watch my step just because I say something that someone else wants to say or everybody else is feeling. I'm not in this job to make people happy. I'm in this job that I choose to be in because I want people to be happy with the fact that they are getting the truth. Is that too much to ask?
Nope, not in the least bit. I mean, they're so. What's different? I think, Mickey. Let's say let's time travel back. I'd say Victorian era. Okay, the basic idea was seances, and we all knew, like with Houdini and others, used to crash seances basically and say, this is BS. The way they're doing it because the medium would be using parlor tricks and all the above. But now it's kind of morphed into this giant, I don't even know what to call it because, you got your media side of it. You got your actual investigation side of it. You got your religious side of it. You got your medium side of it. And dude, it's a wave being ridden that's going to crash real soon. Once these ratings start going down on television, we're not going to see these shows anymore. They're going to go beyond to something else. So, I don't know. They're making their millions while they can right now, but I don't necessarily call all of them fakers. It's not that. What I even see, guys, we've discussed this before, are even groups that fake evidence. And the reason they fake evidence is the fact is they want to be the next ones to be recognized. Because they know YouTube is the way to do it, and so why not fake this? Why not fake a picture? Or in the minute you not even criticize it, you question it, Mickey, as an investigator, people tend to get offended, because they don't want anybody to be critical about what they caught. Now, if I caught something, hell yeah, be critical with me. That's the whole point of it. My problem. This is my problem. If you don't want anybody to be critical, why are you posting it on a public social media site? Yes. This is what we do as investigators, Kurt. This is what we do, right? We get images all the time because that's what we do. We go out there with the purpose of capturing any evidence of an afterlife. If we get something that we're not sure of, we analyze it ourselves. Then we ask a photographic expert to come in and have a look as well. Then we'll ask somebody else from another group. As you probably know yourself, Kurt, you're part of our group. You know that I post images up there, and we discuss those images as well in private behind closed doors. If I'm doubtful about the image or anything else, then I will send that image to higher organisations like the SPR or ASAP or the Ghost Club, and I'll ask for their opinion. And that is the right thing to do, because once you've got validation from those type of people, then what more do you want? You've got the validation you want. I don't get it when people are looking at Facebook as a whole bunch of experts, because they're not. There is no expert on Facebook in the paranormal. So why is it being posted up and for people to say, well, my theory is this, and quite simply this? Is because for me, it's dipping a toe in the water and engaging reaction. That's what I believe. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree. Whatever. This is my personal opinion, and I don't understand why people do it, because I don't do it. I've got 48 months of video of stuff that I can post onto YouTube and just say claim, ghost. I don't. I refine what we've got, and we only send out stuff that we know has been verified. Stuff where we've had a doctor of parapsychology present and has actually given us clarification and authentication because they were present. They witnessed it. There was 5 different cameras. There was 20 different witnesses. This is what I call evidence. This is what I call an experience that is witnessed and photographed and documented and verified. But when you
see someone in their living room and they've just got one picture, one snap, one chance thing, and hey, bingo, they've won the fucking paranormal lottery. You know, it's not on. It is not on. And you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It's wrong to try and convince people that believe in the theory of spirit. You know, it's just damning. It's really sad, because you have a whole heap of people, and a lot of these people that we go and see, Kurt, it's because they've watched programs like Most Haunted and they've seen orbs, and they've come back to us and said, I've seen an orb in my bedroom and I'm too frightened to go back in there. So we have to educate. It's serious. We have to educate people and say, look, what you're capturing on your iPhone and your devices, they're not spirits, not all the time. You know, there are some of us that spend hundreds of pounds on photographic equipment, and we don't get spirits time and time again. So, ask yourself this question: why is it? Why people?
I mean, it's always because you think the better your equipment for camera wise, the less you're not going to get orbs. You're not going to get any of this other stuff out there that you get, you know, with, let's say, a small to mid range camera. And plus, a lot of these people have no idea how to use their camera. Sit down. All I got to say is sit down with the book, you know, the book they gave you that comes along with it, and read it. Read the settings. Read the best time to set it on this. Read the best time to set it on that. I mean, people out there, they're relying on their cell phones for investigations, which I think is total shit. But that's what they're doing, you know, and that's why these orb pictures show up. You ask, well, what kind of camera? Well, I took it with my cell phone or my new Samsung, you know, tablet, you know, whatever. I had a feeling something was there, and all of a sudden this dust bunny comes up, and it's a demonic dust bunny. So I have no clue, man.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. Do you know why I don't get it, Kurt? Because the paranormal is out there for everybody to experience. It is. It's like, you know, to me, right, this is the mentality that I believe is going on, right? And, you know, this is my own personal opinion, not the opinion of North London Paranormal Investigations team of investigators. This is my own opinion. It's like the difference between going to a theme park and going on the big roller coaster that you've been dying to go on in 15 years in the making, laser precision, you know, in, out, up and down, a 450-degree vertical flying double leap, triple jump loop, right? Yeah. But what you do is you make a kind of cardboard mock-up in your living room, and you say that's comparable. It's just bollocks. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't just sit in your living room and get years and years and years of paranormal people walking through you. It just, no way. No way. Anyway, moving on. There's times when people make mistakes, Kurt. We understand that. Mistakes are always made, and we learn from our mistakes. But there's times when there's one group that I'm not going to mention on air because I don't believe giving them a mention is going to improve anything at all. But I don't mean to criticise them in a bad way or paint a bad picture of them, but they had an investigation of a pub which supposedly had prison cells underneath it. Now, the pub was 800 feet from the prison walls, on the outside of the prison walls. There was never a connection. And the story goes that the prisoners were kept underneath the pub awaiting the ships along the Thames to take them away to Australia, where they were banished for life. Now, that story's true, but they were held in the prison. They weren't held in the pub. That would be ridiculous. So when we look at the fact, I looked at the report, and the investigation was headed by a medium. The team was headed by, a pub owner, a beer tester, and a Most Haunted fan. So there's your team, and somebody else who I'm not even going to mention. There's your team. Now, what happens? The team go off and they come out with information about the jailer of this prison that's underneath this pub, who's going to harm everyone and cause everyone problems, give everyone a hard time. He was there in 1604. Blah-de, 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 blah. All the Soros story, Hobbs story, he's going to kill everyone. Guess what? The names, the places, the locations, they're all wrong. Every single bit of it. First of all, there was never a prison outside of a prison. Those Archies, or what they were referred to as prison cells, they were coal bunkers. Coal bunkers that are built at the front of every house in that street. And what you do is the coal man comes along, because all the homes in the Victorian days were powered by coal. There would be a hole in the sidewalk or the pavement, and he would deliver your coal into the hole, which would then be available to you, so you can shovel that and put it into your living room. Every home had one, so it was obvious that these were not prison cells because every house has got one. I'll upload the video at some stage, but the group said that these were prison cells. They were seeing prisoners in the prison cells, but the prison cells and the prison cells and the jailer, they were all from 1637. The problem I have is that the prison was actually built in 18-something. So, yeah. So here we go again. And you know what? In 1637, there could not have been any building in that part of London, because that part of London, and it's quite clearly documented on every single map, was underwater. It was flooded marshland. There was no way there would have been a prison there at that time. Christine Ball has done some research on that. She thinks it's a load of baloney as well. We've been to the location. We know it's a load of baloney. And it's such a shame that these people can get away with that.
Yeah, and they're charging. They're making money.
Yeah, they are indeed. But that's, there's also, we did an investigation at a big mansion in England. And, we had someone standing beside us and we were filming them. And they were talking to spirit using the light device, a device with a light. The light would come on in response to the person's voice. But
the light, the torch.
That experiment. That's
debunked. I already saw something on that.
Well, let me tell you what they did. They were using a timer device. When you go outside and the light comes on and then it stays on for 15 seconds, then it goes off.
Oh, yeah.
They were using one of those, a light-sensitive device or a time device. And we were working it out that it was coming on every 20 seconds and then going off and then coming on every 20 seconds. We worked it out. We've got it on video. But this person was absolutely sure that this was paranormal spirit contact. I mean, seriously, when you see that video, it was just unbelievable. We don't talk to them because, at the end of the day, that's just not professional. That's just trying to pull the wool over our eyes. And I can't believe that people that we befriended would actually do stuff like this. Do you understand? Not just to paranormal investigators, but to our own kind, our own friends, our own network.
Hold on, the network?
Well, when I say network, the network of paranormal investigators, a network of friends.
Okay.
It's unbelievable, but there you go. But TV shows are doing it, Kurt. Most Haunted have been found out recently that to face quite a bit of stuff. But we all love the show. We love the show so well. In fact, do you know what? In fact, we're not the only people that love the show. There's a guy called Michael D, who is also a big fan of Most Haunted. He used to run home from school to watch it. And also a young lady who is with us in the studio. Her name is Berni. Now, these guys have been performing since 13 and 15, I understand. And they're pretty amazing. And they've got two little characters. And I want to introduce these guys to you because I think they're wonderful. They are going to be with us at the Secret Nuclear Bunker. And we're going to bring Berni on in a while. But I caught up with Michael because Michael's such a superstar. And when I say he's a superstar, he really is a superstar. At this moment in time, Michael is climbing Ben Nevis. So he cannot be with us live. He's actually climbing Ben Nevis. And listen to this, guys. He's actually doing it for charity.
That's cool.
Did you hear me, Kurt? He's doing that for charity. So, Michael, I know you can't hear me, buddy, but if you can, then you're not up Ben Nevis, mate. But this is for you, sir, for charity. Well done. I'm going to go straight in, guys. We're going to hear from Michael D. But first of all, I want you to meet someone who is known throughout the world for being a fantastic medium, okay? I want you guys to meet the one and only Merrick Alora. Merrick Alora, ladies and gents. He's coming up. If you've got any questions, pop the questions in the chat room for Berni, because she'll be here answering your questions. And, of course, listen up close, okay, guys, because you'll love this.
This is NLPI Radio. NLPI Radio. NLPI Radio. NLPI Radio. NLPI Radio.
Stay tuned in to North London Paranormal Investigations Radio Show.
To Scariests Places. My name is Merrick Alora. I am tonight's medium and also presenter of Scariests Places. Tonight I'm going to take you inside Yulo Castle, a place that has seen many battles over the years. But what actually happens when people cross to the other side? What happens when people f***ing croak? What we're going to do now is we're going to start the investigation. We're going to go inside and see if there's any f***ing ghosts. Let's go. Okay. Speak to me, Peter. Yes. Don't pass. It's past last orders, mate. Well, I can't help that. Come on, then. I'll have you any day. Oh, sorry. You can be a bit of a sometimes. Okay. I'm getting a lot of energy in here. It's very busy in here. Someone's reaching out. Yeah. He's got a hold of me. That's it, mate. Deeper. Yeah. Deeper now, mate. Oh, he's deep inside me. Ah. I'm getting something, yes. Fanny loves dick. Fanny loves dick. Fanny loves dick. And I don't know where this is coming from, but it's there.
So, Merrick, what are you doing coming here?
I'm just going to go for a wee, but I'll only be 5 minutes. What I'm getting from inside the cellar is a spiritual energy. Yeah. Is there anyone called Jack Daniels in here? Is there anybody called Jack Daniels or Bacardi? Okay. What I'm getting is a... The real ghost! What he had to do was he had to remarry because he had a cracking head, you know. Is that... Yes, Peter? Yeah. There are a lot of bones here in the ground.
Really? But with these spirits, are they in visitation or are they residual here?
If I knew what that meant, I could tell you. But all I do know that Peter allows me to know is that they're dead. I'm getting, yes, speak to me, Peter. Yes. I'm getting there's a priest called, can I have a name, please, Peter? Jonathan.
Is there a second
Jonathan.
name? A second name?
Jonathan, yes, please. Peter. Jonathan Peters. Peters, yes. And he's teaching the choir boys now. Oh, he's trying to get those high bits. Oh, you dirty bastard. Oh, you dirty bastard.
Peter, let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Derek, come back.
Thank you. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out.
I'd like you guys to welcome live on NLPI Radio. I want you guys to put your hands together for this gentleman. This gentleman is the one and only Merrick Alora.
Hello, yes, speaking, yes, is that you?
Merrick, Alora, yes. Hello?
Merrick, sir.
Yes. Oh, yes, me, yes. Merrick, Alora, yes. Psychic
how
Medium,
are you doing,
Scariests
sir?
Places. Yeah? Can you hear me?
Living TV, Scariests
Yes,
Places.
Scariests Places, yes. Start of the show, yes. Scariests Places, that's me.
You're one of the best television mediums there is, sir.
Well, you know, I say this to all my fans, and it's a privilege to be able to, you know, give myself to you. That is my gift, to give myself to you, and that is boss.
And from what we understand, when you do your live platform work,
Yeah.
Merrick, we understand that you are entered quite frequently by a lost soul.
Well, I like to say it like this, okay? I have a spirit guide. I'm sure your viewers understand what a spirit guide does. And my spirit guide is called Peter. Now, Peter often comes and goes, but when he comes, he leaves his essence deep inside me. And I think, which you'll agree, is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. I mean, there's just nothing better than the sense of absolutely being totally possessed by
It's
something.
the moment that spirit hits your soul. It's the moment it releases, and it just goes everywhere.
Merrick, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you about Dick.
Dick?
What's your thoughts on Dick?
Well, I've never taken a whole one, but I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Dick.
The name Robert walks round, and I know Mary does, but there's this peace and calm of spiritual activity there with... You alright? Alright. What is it, Derek? You alright? Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick. You alright? You alright? Just for a moment, that energy came in, and there's annoyance. A nice lady, but I feel as if she's got this great love for Dick. Right. For Dick. Okay. Great love. Covers him up. Covers him up. Are they related or? Yes. They're related. Yes. Right.
Well, Mary loves Dick. I just wanted
to be fair, right? Yes. Okay. I see where you're going with this. Now, this was you're referring to Scariest Places when we did the Dick Loves Planet. Okay. So what happened was we were during an investigation, and there was a lovely lady. She was wearing leather boots, and she was Mary, and she was when she resided on Earth, she was married to a guy called Dick. And what she said to me was, she loves Dick. She loves Dick. And you know what? From what I gathered in the short moment that we had, is she couldn't get enough of Dick. There was so much Dick she wanted, but he just couldn't give it all in one go. So, well, I some people laugh, some people don't. It depends on how serious you want to be, but that's fine. That's your demon.
Was he kind of a large
he was a huge
entity?
Dick. Oh, he was the biggest Dick that I've ever seen. On a personal note. The biggest Dick I've ever seen. And
Scariest Places. Scariest Places is one of the number one paranormal shows worldwide at the moment.
Yes.
I'd like you to tell our listeners why. Why millions of people tune in every week, and they watched you being taken over by malevolent spirit and so on. Talk to me about you're being possessed.
Okay, so basically, what happens when a demon comes all over me? There are moments when they take over me, and my physical being, my physical, my body, if you will, gets taken over, and I don't have any control over that. So I don't know when it will happen. I sense before it's going to happen, but I don't know when we're recording, when we're not recording. I was in the bath the other day, and it happened to me there. And I was on the toilet for about an hour. So these things happen, okay? And sometimes I never see it coming. And then by the time I realise, it's everywhere. So
yeah, I've had that experience once or twice.
Yeah.
More in my teen years, not so much now. If I get that experience now, it will be a good thing, I can assure you.
Well, to be honest, I grew up in Bootle, so, you know, coming from Bootle in the Liverpool area, I was faced with this at a very young age.
You're co-presenter with Scariests Places.
Annette Fielding. Annette Fielding. Yes. God bless her. God bless her. She's a good girl. She's got a lovely rack, and she knows how to present. She's married to Carl, and Carl and Annette host Scariests Places, and I am the resident spiritual medium who give them the information, who basically sells the show for them. So that's what happens there. So basically, Annette's the candy of the show, but I'm the real gem. So basically, if it wasn't for me, there'd be no Scariest Places. Okay? There'd be a very pretty girl.
Yeah.
But that's as far as that goes.
And tell me one thing, just between you and me, is she a screamer?
Well, yes. Well, so what I've got to understand here is you're asking me if Annette is a screamer. Now, I know the answer to that question in two different ways. So I will answer them both. The first one, on the show, she's definitely a screamer. And on the second one, yes, she's a screamer. So the answer to the question that you're asking is, yes, she's a screamer. A good screamer. Maybe I would say too much of a screamer.
Ladies and gents, I'm sure you all agree that our guest has been fantastic tonight. Maybe we'll get our guest to do a little live reading for us later on in the show. But in the meantime, let's give it up for Merrick and Alora, ladies and gents.
Thank you very much. Yes, goodbye.
This is NLPI Radio.
So, guys, please welcome Michael D live on the show, ladies and gents. Well, he's not actually live because at this moment in time he's climbing Ben Nevis, but we caught up with him yesterday, in fact, Thursday night, and this is what he had to say. So, Michael, welcome to the show, sir.
Hello, how are you? You all right?
Michael D, we just heard from you there in character.
In character, yeah.
I mean,
Merrick.
Look, tell us about Merrick Alora, because I can't actually say that name without laughing. And I've watched your sketches and watched your videos. But tell everyone at home basically the idea behind Merrick. And I know you had an experience recently as well with the man himself, which I'd like you to talk about. But
it's been a very rushed couple of months, to be honest. But so basically, Merrick Alora was first of all, I run a production company called Take the Cake Productions in Liverpool, and I run that with Berni, who you see in the majority of our sketches, and we both, we're self-funded. Everything we do on our own budgets. We, if we need equipment, we save it up and we buy it ourselves. We do live shows once a month in Chester, in a venue. We do a 3-hour show once a month, and we do
a 3-hour
sketches.
show.
Yeah, 3-hour show.
Really?
So we do that once a month, and we have loads of different characters. We have the Horses of Apocalypse. They are basically a band that don't get on with each other, and they're from Meppel, and they come over to England to kind of start afresh with their band, to try and
sell themselves in the English market as artists. So they have an album, and they sing their songs, and we do them live. We also have Eva the Believer, which is one of Berni's characters, and she's from Essex, and she's just a crazy girl, absolutely mental. So Eva, what are you doing today?
So I've come down to the beach. Michael from Take the Cake. Well, what's happened is I'll put like loads of videos on YouTube, and these guys from Take the Cake, they seen them, and they said, "You want to come and do a show?" So I did, and now I'm out of the flat. I'm here in a place like on the beach, and it's amazing. They're showing me some really great things. I'm having a really good time. So I've come to the beach. I'm on my holidays, so I'm going to get my rollerblades on, do a bit of skating. I've been doing the hula. I've been writing in the sand. My feet are covered in sand, but I love it. I think it's absolutely amazing. Amazing. Let's go rollerblading! We can turn around! Woo!
And then we have Electric Dave, which I play, which is a character from the 80s. And it's all based around a guy called Dave who works in a box factory. And he uses his dad's camera to film in his bedroom. And then he makes loads of videos. So then myself and Berni in modern day say we've come across these tapes and we're going to show you. So basically we show all of the videos that we found. And then we have the Scariests Places, which is our flagship sketch. And it's based around Most Haunted. It's a spoof of Most Haunted. It's called Scariests Places. And that consists of Merrick, Alora and Annette Fielding, which are play on words. We're filming in the secret nuclear bunker in Essex. We're filming a 3-parter. They all consist of 5 minutes each. And what we're going to do is going to introduce a new character called Dick Felix, which is a play on word for Richard Felix. So I think we had another character called, I think it was Chris O'Beef for Kieran O'Keefe. So
I can't wait. I mean, everybody knows Most Haunted. Everybody.
Yeah.
We grew up on Most Haunted. It was almost like Weetabix to kids. For us guys.
I used to race home on a Thursday, and it would be on Living, and I would race home on a Thursday. I think music was my last lesson, and we always got to leave a little bit early, and I'd race home, and I'd have my tea, and we'd watch Most Haunted, and it's something that, I remember since I was a kid. It's something I grew up on, and I really respect Carl, Evette, Stu, Kath, Derek Okora, because, like you just said, kind of in everyone's minds. And they had a lot of magic for a lot of time. So this is basically, this sketch for us is just us saying thank you for them times. And looking at it from the other side, looking at it from the humorous side, the side that they didn't really want to get across, the side that, Derek does get possessed and he starts talking about subterraneans and you kind of listen to him and go, what is he talking about? And the same with Evette Fielding. You watch her and you think she's just going to scream for 45 minutes.
Yeah, and she does most of the time. She does. So, we try to just have our own take on it. We film it as true to Most Haunted in their format as possible, but it's the elements of what the script is saying. So Annette's character is very straightforward. She comes across very serious, but it's what she's saying that is funny. And then with Merrick's character, he's just Derek in a nutshell. He is just this crazy, energetic, flamboyant guy from Liverpool who doesn't care what he says and just goes with whatever's in his head. 1 minute he believes, 1 minute he doesn't believe. It's all that, And I think when you watch the show together, I mean, we've done sketches before,
because I was doing the sketch before Berni came along, and then when Berni came along, she then started playing Annette, because originally it was just Merrick and Scariests Places. And there were films on an iPhone. We started off filming on iPhones, and then we then saved money from the shows and bought a camera, and then we got separate audio, and it's taken us 2 years to kind of get up to that standard. And the Scariest Places that we're filming in Essex is basically the first batch of sketches that now has a full scriptwriter for it. It has, it has all the equipment to film, great audio, great video. And we've really taken our time and watched Most Haunted to see how we can pick up the same format that they did in the early days. And it's just a case of blending those things together and seeing what we've got. So this is the first major sketch that we've done, because we haven't done a Scariest Places sketch in about a year. So this for us we're really looking forward to it, because I love playing Merrick, and I know, Berni loves playing Annette, and when it all comes together, it's a great laugh. And to be honest, I've always been a believer, and this is as good as it gets for me as a performer, because I always wanted to be on an investigation with Evette and Carl. I always wanted to be in Most Haunted. So this is our little world to say, well, let's make our own show and just kind of make it humorous. We want your fans and the paranormal world to embrace what we're doing and really take on board what we're doing and see the funny side of it. But we also want to, along the way, get involved in a real investigation as myself and Berni. We want to show that we're not just taking the mick or taking the cake, as we'd say. We're basically, we're making light of the funny things that happen and basically just trying to have something that I think we all really wanted. We all wanted to be on an investigation with the Most Haunted team, and this for us is as close as we've gotten so far.
Well, this investigation would be probably one of the most strangest experiences for you, Michael, because you're actually joining us on the investigation, and I know what we've got planned for you guys. So it's exciting. None of it will be, none of this, what we do is we do research, and there are times when we go to a location where we've had something quite credible happen to us, and we want other people to kind of share that experience as well. So we offer individuals the opportunity to come and join us on an investigation, and to actually, start to hold the camera or hold an EMF device or another piece of equipment, and actually be part of that investigation, rather than just seeing the guys at work. We're getting everyone involved. So there's loads and loads of experiments for you, loads of locations, and loads of reported activity as well. So it's going to be an interesting night.
Well, for myself and Berni, when we first met up, we've been performing together stand-up since I was 13 and she was 15. We went to the same school together. We've grown up together, and she's basically my sister, and I love her to bits. And there's no one else I would want to run this company with. She brings a fantastic attitude. She keeps her head down and she does the work that's needed. And in this line of work, you need that. You need to be able to trust your partner, and I fully trust her. And I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. She's really brought a fantastic approach to this company, and together we've made it what it is, and we're enjoying the ride that we're on. And for you guys to have watched our sketch, we really appreciate.
It was hilarious.
Did you enjoy it?
You actually met Derek Akora. That with all due respect, to get the guy to do a cameo role, how did that happen?
Well, I'd like to think that me and Berni have an attitude that you work hard, you put enough time and effort into something that one day it repays you. And I've been doing Merrick for the past 2 years. We've got about 13 sketches over the past 2 years, and the character's really grown from just an improvised sketch to what can we do Merrick next for, and stuff like that. And I remember when I met Derek, on the night, I said to him, he said, what do you want to do? I said, oh, well, basically, you know, we run a comedy production company, and, you know, I've got a character called Merrick. And he went, I know, I've seen them. And then from that moment on, I was like, wow, he's seen our sketches. And that was, for me, it was like, wow, you know, this guy, he's heard of us.
Hello and welcome to Merrick Alora's Ghost Town. My name is Merrick Alora. I am a medium. I am a psychic. And I'm also a part-time chef in Nando's. But tonight we are here in Ellesmere Port, and there is nothing that is going to spoil the party.
Hey, you're that guy who takes the mickey out of you.
No, I would never do that, sir.
Merrick Alora?
No. Yes. No, Merrick Alora, nice to meet you. Scariests Places, yes. Merrick Alora, yes. Live in TV, yeah. And who are you, sir? Wait, let me get it. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Peter, thank you. You're Derek Accorda.
That's correct.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Derek.
Well, I don't know about you.
I am a great admirer of your work. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to send you away now, because this is a little bit freaky. Okay? I'm using my tricks now. Okay. Please go. Please go.
So, you know, sometimes when you know, me and Berni look at the stats, we look at our Facebook likes, we have our own goals that we try to set. We're trying to get to 1,000 Facebook likes by the end of the year. We're doing okay. We're at 644. We're doing good. We're always looking at stats, but they're numbers at the end of the day. You don't necessarily know who is actually watching your sketches. We had Evette and Carl come to one of our shows. It wasn't a Scariests Places sketch. It was a Horses of Apocalypse sketch, because Evette's very big on music now, and she likes to promote bands. And Berni had messaged him and said, come and, you know, watch one of our shows. And we did that in Liverpool, and it was the first time we'd done the characters, and it, you know, from what it is now, it's a lot better now. But they were very interested. They said they enjoyed the work that we'd done. You could hear on our video, you could hear them laughing. They really did love it. And Carl was very enthusiastic and was very made up with what we'd done, and he said, oh, brilliant, brilliant. And, you know, for me personally, I would have loved them to have seen our Scariests Places sketch. Yeah. Because that is, you know, for us, that would have been perfect. But, you know, they came to a show and they watched our comedy, and you can't ask for anything more than that. And I really do, you know, respect these people for checking us out, because they must have so many people, you know, message them every day saying, oh, would you come look at this? Could you come look at this?
We'll put the links everywhere on Facebook and also on Twitter as well. So you guys listening, you can go back, have a look at the links on Facebook, and, you know, like, join in the fun, basically. We're going to hear from Berni in a few moments' time, but I want you guys to put your hands together and, you know, wish you the best of luck, and thanks very much, Michael, for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you. No problem.
Before you go, just give me one more from Merrick.
Okay then, guys. Just to let you know, Take the Cake Productions will be filming Scariests Places with me and Annette Peelding. So don't forget to check out takethecakeproduktions.co.uk for all your Merrick news. Oh, and your Annette news. So have a good one, and ta-ra, guys.
NLPI Radio.
There he was, Michael D. Remember that name, because, you know, the guys like Ben Nevis. If you don't know who Ben Nevis is, this is going to sound dodgy, but Ben Nevis is a mountain, right? Don't get any funny ideas, guys. What a guy, Kurt! What a guy!
Oh man, that interview was great, especially when he met Derek. When Derek Accorda was actually there, when he was in character. Oh, that was epic. I started laughing. I laughed hard on that one.
It was great, wasn't it? Even I enjoyed that. But you know what? I mean, let's be honest, all right? There is another half to Merrick. And her name is Berni. And she's here with us now, guys. So I want you to give it up for Berni because she's taken a lot of time out to be with us tonight. So Berni, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you doing, Berni?
Pardon?
How are you?
I'm okay, thanks.
Good.
I'm finding this all a bit weird. I've never used Skype or anything before.
Well, do you know what? You've done really well to get this far. You actually got through. Even the presenters find it hard to get through with Skype, but well done.
First time luck, you know what I mean?
We believe, we don't believe in luck, we believe that it was meant to be.
Well, all right then. We'll go with that one.
Berni, first of all, I want to say thank you for joining us live. I know your partner in crime is on a mountain somewhere as we speak, doing that for charity, and he speaks very highly of you in that interview that we did yesterday. We've also heard you working as well, and I think your character and Merrick, Alora, I think you guys are hilarious. There are times when I've been listening to that interview, and I kind of think, every time he says the name Merrick, Alora, I'm forever laughing to myself. I have a smile on my face, and it's just the way he says it. As soon as he says Merrick, Alora, I get that image of Michael's face in my head.
Yeah, I do. I do. The first one we ever done, we done outside a church, St Paul's Church in Ellesmere Port, and it took so long because we just kept laughing. We done a bit where he got possessed, and I was just crying. And he was like, Berni, stop. And I was like, yeah, but you're so funny when you do it, and we don't go far from the truth, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This stuff actually happens in most Haunted, and it's just funny because you can just picture it. And even though I'm trying to be serious with him, I was just crying. I was just crying with laughter.
I mean, I've spoken to him on the phone, and you can tell he's he wants to make people laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not selfish. He doesn't have that selfish kind of attitude, and it's nice because what he's done, he's taken something that he respects quite highly, and he's kind of paid homage to it. Really, if you think about it, rather than it's a spoof, but it's it's what most Haunted is, really.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
We don't want to offend them. We don't want to offend anyone by doing it. But like you've been saying, most Haunted, most people have seen it and watched it, and it was a great show. Whether some of the stuff was real or fake, who knows? You know what I mean? But when you watch it, and then you watch a Scariests Places, they're not far from the truth, and I'm a bit of I'm a Most Haunted fan for all the wrong reasons. I watch it because it is funny.
Yeah.
I don't watch it because I'm scared. I watch it because I do find it funny, and that's not what it's meant for. But when you watch it, how can you not find it funny?
Well,
Kurt
is in the USA, and he's seen Most Haunted. In fact, he kind of, what's Kurt? I mean, I know we've spoken about Most Haunted.
I watched it years ago. I used to watch that all the time because
here
in the States, that was actually one of the top shows when it came to the paranormal. But I just happened to be on Netflix, and I'm flicking around, and I found Ghost Town, and I started watching it, and Derek Acor's acting skills to a whole nother level when he's passed out and possessed. And I mean, I'm trying to find Liverpool. I was looking for Liverpool because I'm on a radio show with a guy from Liverpool, and I'm trying to figure out there. And then I'm like, I'll stick with Hall. So I stuck with Hall, and nothing was funnier than his acting skills and his face has turned orange. I got to tell you, Derek Okora he's got to stop self-tanning. That's all I got to say. I mean, literally, I'm looking at my TV going, oh, my God, his face is orange. I go, I guess he's in the tanning booth or he's just using self-tanner for the show because, oh, it's epic. It's so epic.
He's cool. He's a good guy. Like he took like Merrick, you know, obviously because we don't want to be like taking the mickey out of it. Do you know what I mean? It's all in good humour sort of thing. So it was really nice of him to do the sketch with Mike, and you know, because obviously he is very busy, but you know, it's almost haunted. Like he was that show. Do you know what I mean? People would watch it to see what he was going to do, whether it's real or whether it's fake. He was just such a big character.
He was the storyteller. Without the storyteller, I mean, we know that because we go on live investigations, and we most of the time we don't have a medium, and we just have to rely on our equipment. That's it. I mean, that's basically it. And you know, we have no idea of what's where, what's happened. You know, we just have to go with it. But there are times that we have gone and done investigations with mediums, and we've found there's been a lot of, you know, credible accuracy. Yeah. You know, but a lot of the times, unfortunately, you know, there are people that just completely fake it. They have no psychic ability whatsoever. They believe they have, and they're kind of delusional, really, because a lot of them make money out of this, and I can't understand how you can actually make money by being a fake. Oh, well, you can, but I mean, you know, how do people get away with it? I know people make mistakes. I said that earlier in the show, but this show kind of touches on fakes as well. You know, I'm not digging at people that are making mistakes. Okay, let's get that right. But there are people that go out there deliberately knowing full well what they're doing. I'm not targeting anyone else apart from these people that are doing it deliberately. People that are going out there and taking advantage of other people. That is something that has to stop. The other thing as well, in the UK, there is a group now, a very well-respected group that are, you know, pioneering a system in conjunction with the government to make sure that the people that run investigations are fit and proper. And I think that goes a long way to show how serious we are. Because, you know, you could have somebody with child offences against their name, yet you will let them into your house and into your child's bedroom without checking their credentials. Yeah. So it's a serious business. So we do the serious side of it, and we have to rely on that kind of investigation. But a medium really helps us out when we know that we've got a good one. And it's just unbelievable the results you get with a good medium. And I know from experience that Derek has, you know, proven himself time and time again. And there is times where you believe, you know, some of this is for the ratings. And, that's why we watched it. Because, you know, it was always fun to see Derek being possessed. I mean, it was, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Evette screaming, Derek possessed. I mean, really and truly. And let's all ask ourselves the question, and you, Kurt, answer this question for me. Would you have been so interested in that show if it was, okay, let's put some EVP meters there, let's put some lock-off cameras over there. You know, if Most Haunted was operated in Ghost Adventure style, it wouldn't be so popular.
No, it wouldn't. No. It wouldn't.
Because you've taken away
It's Evette, the way she is. Like when Derek was there, she would hang off his head every word. Do you know what I mean? Like she could have been told a real story and facts and blah blah, but he could tell her a different totally story, and she would go with that. She would be like, no, this is real, and it didn't matter what he said, you know, and it's just the fact that she would just be, you know, just her facial expressions on everything he said, and then, you know, a little bang and she'd be like, oh my God, because he just told her this like really scary story, and then anything then made her jump. So
I wonder if during the filming of it all, if Carrie and Dr. O'Keefe was always pissed off because he never got the limelight. You know, he did all the research and all that.
Yeah, that's it.
I wonder if he was like bitter on the inside.
Well, yeah, I think that's what happened. I think he set him up. He set him up or something like that. It was all done a bit wrong, I think. I don't really know the ins and outs of it. But yeah, I think that's where it all came from. The fact that, you know, he could turn up with a load of, you know, books and stuff he'd gone through, and this guy could turn up and tell you anything, and you'll go with that. But it's great, do you know what I mean? That's what people wanted. People didn't want to know if it was true or not. You know, it's the fact of it was a TV show, and you know, this guy, you would listen to him and think, yeah, that's right, and he had her hanging off every word, and it was ace. It was just good to watch, you know.
Well, you guys properly took the piss out of him. I'm sorry, it was too good. It was too good. I mean, I was laughing at some of this stuff. For some reason, I honed in, especially when Derek Gocool was on there. When what was the character that was Mike was playing? I forget.
Merrick.
Yeah, he's like, go away, or something like that.
He's go away.
I thought that
go away.
I thought that was a trip. I thought that was funny as hell. To be honest with you. That was some good stuff. You guys so you guys do a lot of stuff as a troupe in a sense, correct?
Yeah, we do loads of different sketches, yeah.
Have you guys got picked up by anybody yet, or anybody interested, or anything like that?
Not really. No. Like Mike was saying, Evette and Carl, we've actually got them to come to one of our shows. It wasn't a Scariests Places show. It was a Horses of Apocalypse show. It's a band, and they don't really get on together. So it's a band that's not a band. So we've got a load of songs, you know, funny songs, and they came along and watched that. And no, we just basically go out and do the shows ourselves. Like Mike was saying, we're self-funded. We're just getting out there, to be honest. So hopefully someone picks up.
I gotta look up some of that stuff on YouTube. I gotta definitely check that out. I mean, I just knew about this, but epic, real epic. That's all I gotta say. Great stuff.
You just go into YouTube and type in Take the Cake Productions, and our channel just comes up.
Okay, Take the Cake Productions. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. You think you'd get picked up after a while. I mean, if you're involved, you're doing so many different sketches, it shows how flexible you two are, basically.
It does irritate us a little bit, you know, when you see on the TV and there's so many like comedy shows that aren't really funny. And you think, you know,
everything else,
and you think, well, why don't you put something real out there? You know, and this is what me and Mike, we along with, you know, a couple of other guys as well sometimes, we write all our own stuff, and you know, we've been performing with each other since we were kids, and it's something, you know, we've not just rushed into. You know, it's taken time, and you know, for some people to like watch the TV and there's nothing on. Do you know what I mean? There's no real
garbage.
comedy.
It's all garbage now.
And that's why, you know, YouTube's great, because people now are watching YouTube on the telly. Like somebody sent us a picture to our Facebook account, and it was like they were watching one of our sketches on the TV through YouTube. So, you know, technically we are on the TV because everyone can watch YouTube through the TV, but
it's nice to get a little paycheck out of it. How about that? You know, I mean, you're doing it the right way. I mean, honestly, you're doing it the right way, because now YouTube's like the platform for everybody that's starting off as they become stars based on the fact, you know, they were on YouTube and, you know, so many likes, and all of a sudden it's kind of worked itself into shows or bit pieces and, you know, movies or something like that. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, do you guys have anybody that represents you? I mean, agent-wise or anything like that?
No, we just do it all ourselves.
You should get a hold of an agent somehow, if possible. That's so good.
Maybe
I mean,
someone will be listening. Somebody may be listening. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. And then we can get a cameo role in one of your productions.
Yes, definitely.
And Kurt
Definitely, that would
Logsdon
be
in America. So, did you hear that, Kurt? She's going to fly you over, private jet.
I can play the fat drunk American. You know what I'm saying? That's really pushy and really loud. I mean, I could do that role perfect. I mean,
Ace. If I could, I would. So there you go. If I ever can, I will fly you over. If I ever can, I will, and we'll do that.
I can even just film me kind of behind. I'll just actually do it through people and just catch it all live on film. Oh,
did Berni just say she would fly Kurt over?
If I
the
could.
UK? She could.
If I could. One day, if I can one day, I will.
Why would you want to do that? That's kind of like. That's just no way.
Because it would be crazy. Like that's what it's all about. Being crazy.
We have to leave him in America.
Mickey, I can play the perfect angry, not drunk, 'cause I don't drink anymore, but I can play the definite angry, obnoxious, loud American that you always see standing in line at the Tower of London or wherever they're at. I'll play the stereotypical one, but I won't fake it. I'll just do it in the tube. I'll do it everywhere, and no matter what happens. That's the way I look at it.
Whatever happens.
Well, hopefully Kurt will be joining us next year because we've got a couple of things that we got planned for Kurt.
Oh,
so
boy.
it's big day.
Boy.
Big day. Big news.
Saving.
So make sure you're saving. Yeah, we've invited Kurt over for a personal event next year. But not only that, it's going to tie up with an event that we've got running, which is called Paraphon. Paraphon is run by Stephen King from Spooky Entertainments, and basically it's like everybody in the industry is going to get together and have a kind of 2-day conference in a few different towns. So it's going to be fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I know who's already taking part, so I can't wait. We've got EchoVox creator Danny Bigbeard. He's going to be part of that event taking place next year, and Steve Huff. Steve Huff, big in the paranormal world. I mean, hopefully we can get you guys on board as well. That would be fantastic. If we can get you on stage. In fact, do you know what? Listen, what am I talking about? If. Why am I saying if?
Do it.
Look,
do it,
I'm not.
dude.
Do it.
What?
Do
For
it,
1 minute.
man.
I'm
do it, man.
Lost.
Do it, dude.
Forget it. We do it. We're live, right? Kurt?
Right.
Yeah.
Berni, we're live. We're going to do it. I'll talk to Stephen King now, and we'll make sure we get you guys in on the 4 days.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that.
He's going to do it.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do
Let's do it. We'll do that.
Let's do it. That's it. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. Now let's talk money.
Well, I can't talk about money because Michael's not here.
Well, listen. Have you got some golf clubs lying around the house, or any kind of like an old amp or an old guitar? Anything that you take to the pawnbrokers, we would take that as a security deposit.
Do you reckon?
You could even claim it back after 30 days.
All right then. I'll let him know.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, we'll arrange the dates. At the moment, we've got potential of Lancaster Castle being one of the venues. That was a former prison, and that will end up as a paranormal investigation as well, which we're going to be involved in. And also Edinburgh. Edinburgh is one of the cities as well.
Oh, I love Edinburgh.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We're going to be doing those Edinburgh tunnels, the Edinburgh vaults.
Oh, ace.
100%. We're going to be going there. And also, there's a location not far from me, which I hope I'm going to be able to organise the London side of the event. And that will be at the Royal Gunpowder Mills. Royal Gunpowder Mills is 300 years of gunpowder making history. And, it was a target during the war. There's reported 3,000 deaths a month that took place in this location. And it's a mile away from where I live. So it'd be great on many things, and not only that. I mean, it's steeped full of history as well. It played a big part in every war that took place in the last 300 years. So, spiritually,
who owns that? Who owns that, Mickey? Out of curiosity,
it's. I think it's owned
it's
by
just dead
private.
old. It's well old.
I'm sorry.
I thought you said how old is it? Did you say who owns it?
I said who owns it. I'm sorry.
Oh. Who owns
okay.
it?
You know, how old and who owns it? We can answer both.
I find out, but it's managed by a trust at the moment, and there are some wonderful buildings within there. You know, you can actually see the whole process of gun making. They also designed missiles, you know, at that location as well, and tested stuff. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to this location, but I'm thinking about, you know, when we finally go there, I want to have a reenactment society as well, doing some things there, because they normally do events for the public. So I want to get those guys in, and then later on, when all the families have left, and when all us crazy people are left behind, you know, we can do a mass investigation of the location. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to working on that next year, 2015. So we're only 5-6 months away.
Yeah.
Exciting times, man. Exciting times. So yeah, that's what we're gonna aim to do. Berni, where are you going with Scariest Places? I mean, what would you like to see happen? Because at the moment you're doing 5-minute sketches. Is there any talk of a full-length episode, maybe?
Well, we tend not to do a big full-length episode because on YouTube we find that if you put like a full, say like 15 minutes up, something like that, nobody really watches them. Do you know what I mean? So that's why we shorten them down to say 5 minutes each. So like when we go on Friday, we're going to do it. You know, it could be like a half an hour. We could do say half an hour, but we'll put them into like 5 to 7 minute sketches, and put them up as part 1, part 2, part 3. Because otherwise, with YouTube, we tend to find that the longer ones nobody really watches, and if they do watch them, they don't watch them for that long.
Yeah, that is a problem. We found,
like after 3 minutes or something, people's attention span after 3 minutes. So you know, you've got if you don't keep them short, they tend not even to click on them.
Yeah, but I mean, the first clip that Michael sent to me was a clip in it. I could see Michael and Derek in the same frame shaking hands.
Yeah.
And it was just funny because the title was When Merrick Met Derek.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
But every time I hear that name, Merrick Alora, I just my face just goes into this weird smile, like Joker from Batman.
It is. And when he was there, when he was doing the sketch, a woman actually came up to him, to Mike, with a Derek Acora T-shirt, and Derek was there. And she said, "I'm sorry, Derek." And then she said, "Merrick, can you please sign my shirt?" And
wow.
got Mike to sign the shirt as Merrick. And Mike looked at Derek and was like, you know, "Is that all right?" Like, and he went, "Oh yeah, fill your boots, lad." Do you know what I mean? So it was great. It was ace. Do you know what I mean? So there was a woman coming over knowing him. You know, Derek said that, you know, he knows who he is, you know, so he's watched it. So it's good that, you know, it's getting recognised. And that's what it's about. You know, it's just about getting recognised.
Absolutely. I mean, I thought it was hilarious. It was a perfect end to a bad day. Trust me, it was just the perfect end. And when I saw that on my Twitter feed, I thought, you know, I've got to share that because you know, at the time when you guys posted it, I doubt very much you was aware that we had a show on a Friday night, and we do shows during the week, and we also have Kurt, who presents a show in the USA on Tuesday and Thursdays, from what I remember, Kurt. So we've got an audience out there at the moment, and you know, we like to. I think people think I'm weird because I don't really like to promote what we're doing. I don't even promote our events, but I believe that we should promote people like yourselves, because I think, you know, when you put a lot of effort and energy into something, which is what you clearly do. I mean, you buy your own equipment. You know, I know what it's like. You know, sometimes you have to, you know, borrow money from the piggy bank just to get somewhere. You know, we've all been there. And the fact is that you're at that point now, and you right, we're going to go for this, we're going to go for this, we're going to go for it. It will pay off at some stage. You just don't know how long it's going to take.
Well, that's it. I mean, we've put in a lot of hard work, and you know, we're still putting in a lot of hard work. You know, sometimes, you know, I mean, Mike's got Mike's got 2 free jobs. I hold down a full-time job, and then we do this as well. We have to go filming. We have to sit and write stuff. You know, it doesn't stop. But you know, if you believe in something, then you know you've just got to put everything you've got into it.
Do you believe in the paranormal, Berni?
Yes.
Have you had any experiences?
Yes. And that's why when you said to me, we're going to put you in a room on your own, and I was like, no, I don't want to go on my own. Because did I really say we would put you in a room on your own? Yeah. I'm not doing it on you.
No, that was I thought that was you laughing. Have you got an echo?
Yeah, I hear one.
Oh. Hang on a minute. Let me just press this button there, and you can sort your little echo out there. But Kurt, let me get you back. Where are you, sir? There we are.
Right here, sir.
Kurt, have you got any questions for Berni?
Yeah, what's coming up in the future?
Future? I don't know. You'd have to ask Merrick.
Or shall we ask Annette? Annette Pilding.
Annette Pilding. Is she there? Don't know.
How long does it take you to actually get into character? I mean, when you get into to character, because I've seen a few videos of you on stage, and I had to do a double take because it was like, is that the same person? And what I like about the way you do your clips is that the angle that you film is very different in all the shots, and you get a different perspective on all of them. So it's really, really quite good. I like the camera work. So if that's down to you or a cameraman, then I enjoy it. I like the kind of raw, edgy feel that it's got.
Yeah. It depends. You know, sometimes, you know, in all of the sketches, you know, sometimes me and Mike just have to take it in turns, you know, or sometimes we're lucky enough to actually have someone else there to hold the camera. We've recently met a few more people who, you know, want to get involved and want to help out. So, you know, that's great because, you know, they've got the skills, you know, with cameras and stuff like that, you know, I haven't got. So, you know, it's all good.
Good stuff.
In that perspective.
And are you looking forward to joining us next Friday night?
Yes, I am looking forward to it. But yeah, I do get a bit scared.
Well, hopefully, we'll take away that fear, because we found that it's like a lot of people have a fear of flying, and I was one of those people that had a fear of flying, and I would never fly. A girlfriend thought it would be a good idea for me to go on a pilot course, you know, to actually do a couple of courses in flying an airplane. And I just thought, well, you're taking the absolute piss. But I went with it. And you know what? When I was in the cockpit of that plane, my instructor was beside me, and he actually asked me a question and said, what is your fear? And I answered that, and I said, you know what? My fear is flying. I'm scared of flying. And he said, well, you're flying now, and you don't seem afraid. So is it the fear of actually crashing? And that's when I realised that, yeah, that's where my fear is. So I was able to combat that fear because I was then in control of that aircraft. And I was able to recognise that, you know, even if the engine did cut out, what the aircraft would do, because he did exactly that. He turned the aircraft off, turned the engine off, and we coasted for about 6 to 7 minutes. And almost went through an emergency procedure. And, you know, you don't just drop out the sky like a lead balloon, which is what I thought would happen. You know, you've got time to prepare for a controlled landing. So I got rid of my fear quite easily because I understood my fear. And I think when people come in an investigation with us, what happens is they then see the reality of what is there and what isn't there. And sometimes we have experiences that we can't explain, but they're interesting because they're not scary, because you're in a room full of people, 5, 6, 7 people. You're never really on your own. I mean, our policy is not to have anyone on their own. So if you're on your own, you will be with a camera person. We will never leave anyone on their own.
But when you said it, I thought, oh my God, I was like, I'm going to be left with just me and a camera. And I thought, they're going to give me a camera and I'm going to just like chuck it. Do you know what I mean? And I was thinking, no way, I can't do that.
We wouldn't do that.
I would. Do you know what I mean? I would do it because me and Mike have spoke a little bit about it, and it's like it's a fear. So like you've got to get over that fear, but it's like on another level. Once you've experienced something, and I tend not to put myself in them situations, because if you've been there, you don't want to sort of experience that again.
Absolutely, but I've never really had a bad experience. I've always had kind of positive experiences, which is why I believe that I've got enough experience to know where places are good to go and places that you just don't go, because part of the problem, Berni, is we found that people use Ouija boards and they use dark arts and all sorts of things to bring spirits forward. And what they do is they sometimes don't close down, which leaves the door open for anyone to come through. So what we do is we're very mature in our approach by making sure that if we do open any portals, that we're only selective. We're very selective about who comes through that door. And, there are strict protocols that we like the people on our team and the people that work with us spiritually. We have to make sure that they have the right gatekeepers in place and the right spiritual help that is going to help us on our investigation that we're doing in the real world. So it all works hand in hand. So with the amount of people that we've got next Friday night, you are going to be subject to spiritual experiments. Not yourself, but you take part in them. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. You can observe and hold the camera. But, we like to get everybody involved, because if something does happen, then, you're part of that process. But it will never be a negative experience. I'd be surprised if you have a negative experience. I really would, because this is my 4th visit to the location, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It should not be haunted, and, we don't know if it's haunted or not. We just know we had an experience, and it was a really quite moving experience. That was documented and placed on YouTube, and a lot of people have seen that, and they think what they want. But we had the right people there in place. We believe that we follow protocols, and people enjoy what we do because it's as credible as you're going to get. But it's not going to be horrible, because there's going to be lots and lots of people. There's lots of people going, so you're going to be in small groups, but they won't be so small. And each group will be armed with a plethora of magic kit, so you can play around with finding stuff. But we'll show you the fact that TV shows. I mean, Kurt will tell you TV shows worldwide use the same equipment we use, but they. The slightest movement and it's a ghost.
Yeah.
We want confirmation. We want confirmation every single time before we start saying, this is a ghost. We need to know for sure. And then once we've established a communication or a line of contact or whatever it is that we've established, then we'll ask a series of check questions. And then after that, we ask the team if they're satisfied or do they wish to, do they want to continue, or shall we do something else? And it's as simple as that. But it's great fun when you get results and you get intelligent responses. Whoa. You just feel something that I mean, when you can make a difference, that's the thing. And for us, or for me personally, I like being able to maybe pass messages from people that are no longer here to people that are still here. And we've given an invitation to Charles, the spirit that we made contact with 2 years ago, and I'm hoping that I can make contact with him again next week, so that I can pass that message on from him. So I'm going to keep trying. Every year I'm going to keep trying until I get that message. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get that next week. Wow.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and you guys are going to be there as well. That's going to be fantastic.
I think once I get there, and you can get a feel. Do you know what I mean? You know if something's bad and something's good. And once I get there, and I'll be fine. Mike's just well excited. He's like really excited. I'm excited. I'm excited, but a little bit nervous. But he's like really like excited. So that's what's making me better as well. Do you know what I mean? His like excitedness, like that's making me better. Do you know what I mean? It's making me more. I'm looking forward to it. But like I say, I am a little bit nervous. But like he's making it a bit better because he's all like pumped up about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dave.
Like bungee jumping, every time you do the first jump, of course you're nervous, but when you get down, you want to get straight back up.
Yeah, defo.
Yeah.
But it's like when I was in this, I had like a bad experience. So it was like, but it's really weird because I can feel when things are good and bad. Do you know what I mean? So it's like.
So you can actually pick up on a presence.
Well, I can feel like, say, like if I went into a place, I would know straight away if there was something there.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but you can just know. Like that's all I can. I can't explain it. That's just how you feel. Do you know what I mean?
It's an instinct.
Yeah, it's just a feeling like what I would get. And I lived in a house where there was something really bad there, and it really shook me up. And that's what I mean, where I don't really like putting myself in that kind of position. Where there could be some. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you guys have had the experiences there, so it's like I'm putting myself somewhere. I know I'm going to feel something. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I'm a little bit nervous. Because I'm like, oh God, there's nothing bad there.
If there's anything bad, we'll do a proper walk around and we'll know beforehand.
Yeah.
We've got, we believe we've got the right mix of public and also, paranormal investigators and mediums as well. So, it's not one-sided. We've got many prongs to this fork. And, we've got enough background as well on the location to know what direction is the best for us to follow during an investigation. So it's going to be fun. There are times when you'll probably at the end of the night, you'll probably sit there and you'll say, you know what, let me go and sit in that room on my own.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if it was a haunted house, for example, big Gothic mansion with gargoyles and blood dripping from the door handles. And, if you was presented with that scenario, then I can see the fear. But when you go into the bunker, it's very much like an office environment. So immediately you don't feel so intimidated by the space. It's only later when we turn the lights off that it kind of becomes spooky. And, the fact that there are no doors and no windows.
It interests me because, like you say, it shouldn't be haunted. Nothing's actually ever gone on there. But it's what was there before it? Do you know what I mean?
That's the official line.
Yeah. What was there before it? What was, what did they dig up to make it? That kind of stuff.
We've also heard that Romans walk in the area because of local camps that they found. So, we're going to do a small investigation of the outside and just see what we find. We might find something. We never know. But at the end of the day, we'll just do that experiment like we do any other investigation. And, we might catch a shooting star or two. You never know. And we don't know who's going to be on whose team at the moment. So that's all. It's a bit like the X Factor finals. We're trying to pair people up to find out, who would be suited for one particular team. So We're going to mix and match. So there is a strong possibility that you're not going to be with Michael.
All right then. He'll be
How do you
happy
feel
about that. He'll be
Sorry?
happy about that. He'll be happy about that because I won't be screaming at him. No, I'm only joking. I won't be screaming and running around. I'll probably be quite quiet, which is unusual for me. But yeah, no, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you positive?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Good, because
He'll be there.
that's coming
He's still
up.
going to be there. He's still going to be there.
I'm going to be there. Kurt won't be there, but he'll be there in spirit.
And there's going to be loads of people.
Yep. Rachel Darby is in the chat room. She's coming.
Yeah, I just seen that then, yeah. So we'll all be there.
Stephen King
Everyone's gonna
is
be
coming.
there. Bloody hell.
Lots of people. Lots of first timers as well. So, we're going to hold your hand tightly. Don't worry.
Good.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Do you want me to be honest? Shall I be honest?
Yeah, be honest.
I'll be honest. I'm not scared of the dark. And if there was anything frightening in there, I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a thrill seeker.
No.
I wouldn't do it. I find the location is fascinating.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Because, it shouldn't be haunted. So, what makes the place active according to the amount of reports and footage that's been gathered at that location. I mean, it's a great place. I love it to pieces. And I can't wait until next week. I really can't. And you guys, I understand, are doing a little thing for us as well.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Say no more. Say no more.
Lips are sealed. But Merrick and Annette are going to be there filming, so it wouldn't, it would be very rude of them not to participate in something. Merrick's got powers, so why wouldn't he use them?
Kurt.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to? What I think we should do, I think it would be really good to have a live show. But so if I can hook that up, we can do a live show, maybe starting at 10 o'clock, and then we can come back to us on the half hour. So yeah, let me see if we can work that out. If we can, and we got the kit to do it, then we'll do a live show from the bunker, and then you can hear Berni becoming ever so increasingly scared as the night goes on.
Hey, Berni, you still have the mohawk? Sorry, I was stalking you on YouTube. I apologize. But I was looking up Take the Cake Pro. I was watching the Merrick one. Yeah, are you ready for this? Are you ready for he and his investigation? I heard he was to scare the hell out of people, and that's a rumor, but I don't know.
No, I'm not scared. I wouldn't say I was scared. I'm just a little bit nervous. But
don't be nervous.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine when I get there.
Once light. And
like I say, Mike is just so excited, and that's good for me. Do you know what I mean? He's all pumped up and he's ready to go.
You should separate and have him go with somebody, go with someone else, and then at the end compare notes, see what you guys come up with.
I didn't hear that, Kurt, but here's one for Mike.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah, bring it on, Mike. Do you know what on a serious level, when we do paranormal investigations, we if you've had a really shit day and you're like, you want to just kill somebody, you can't go on an investigation, because that negative energy that you've got or that person's got, it does attract negative energy. So
yeah.
We want you to have a really great day on the drive down from Liverpool. Wow.
Yeah, we will. We'll be having a good time. We'll be singing and in the car, and yeah, it'll be great.
Are you at Merseyside right now?
Yeah, well, we're not far from Liverpool. We're just outside of Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
Mo Gunnery is from Hidden Liverpool. He's a paranormal investigator and also is a radio presenter on Kurt's show, which is NLPI USA. So hopefully we can get you to link up with Mo and Kurt on their USA show as well, because
that's fun to have on.
You guys are close. I mean, you guys are all close, so.
That'd be good. That'd be fun.
Yeah, so you guys can get really, really busy. If he's got investigations coming up, I'm sure he'll be happy to let you know. But you know what? I've got to say, it's been an education having you on the show, and you know I can't wait until next week. I really cannot wait to first of all meet you in person, and you have to have a photograph with me.
A selfie.
A normal photograph, just one of them. You know, one of them. Yeah, just but you know, with the arm around each other.
Yeah, you want a selfie.
Yeah, all right then. Yeah, can we have one?
Yeah, a hashtag selfie.
Yeah,
that's what
definitely.
we'll have. We'll do that.
Yeah, because when you're a star, I want people to know that, you know, I know you. Not I knew you, but I know you.
Ace. Well, you never,
great.
even like, you can never be too big for your boots. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. We always keep it, you know, we keep it real, and we keep our feet on the ground.
Yeah. That's it. Keep it real.
And you know, eventually you do get your rewards. It might not always be when you expect it and how you expect it, but you will 100% reap, you know, the rewards, and you guys deserve it. So I want to say thank you very, very much for coming on the show, because you've been great.
Thank you for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Can't wait. Really can't wait. I mean, you know, I'm going to have to bring a spare change of underwear, because I think I'm going to piss myself before the investigation. Seriously. But
don't do that, because then you stink.
I know, and we'll all be stuck in this little tiny bunk.
Yeah, and we'll all smell it, and it'll be disgusting.
Absolutely, and you know the good thing about it is there are toilets there as well, so we're going to be all right.
Oh, brilliant!
There's a couple there. There's also a couple of bunk beds. So if you guys wanted to crash overnight, you can do, but some of these bunk beds are reportedly haunted.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
it's
apparently.
spooned by a ghost.
Yeah, well, you never know. You know, you could be walking past the bunk and it could be creaking away, and you just don't know who it is or what it is.
Do they actually have their mannequins in there as well?
Yes, they do.
You must,
Even
like,
better.
in the dark, like, you walk into a room and go, oh, it's only a mannequin.
I've done that. I've done it on video. I've done that on one of the videos somewhere. But yeah, they are. I mean, when you see something out of the corner of your eyes, you know, it is frightening, because you just for 1 minute imagine that it's the ghost.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's a ghost.
So I mean, it's more. I think with the Kelvin and Hatch, it's more of, you won't see them as such, but I think if you see anything, you'll see a light anomaly later on the video footage. But I think you'll feel more at that location. It's more of a, you know, feeling, and everybody walks away from that investigation feeling really good. Tired, but you know, but really good. So we hope you have the same experience. Just so looking forward to it. You know, once again, thanks so much. You've given up so much of your time tonight, and I'm really grateful for that. And Kurt Logsdon's always grateful. You know, he's always grateful. So, you know, thanks a lot. We wish you all the best with Scariest Places, and keep us in the loop. You know?
We will, definitely. It's great because, like, obviously doing the things that we're doing, you know, we're getting to meet, like, you know, brilliant people, you know, and it's good to get involved with different things, especially because this links in well with, you know, what we're doing, and you know, me and Mike actually believe in. So, well, you know, we believe, and you know, we want to investigate as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's great that we've met you guys, and you know, we can get involved, and it's great, like, that you guys are supporting us, and you know, it's you know, it's just ace. So thank you for inviting me and Mike onto the show, and inviting us, you know, next Friday. We appreciate that.
You know, yeah, absolutely welcome. I'm so looking forward to it. And have a good one. I mean, we'll speak next week, but yeah, certainly have a good one. And we'll look after you. We'll look after you. We'll give you something to write about. Put it that way. But we'll definitely look after you.
Good.
Ladies and gents, what can I say? But once again, thank you so much for coming on. Brilliant. Best guest so far.
Thank you.
Best guest so far tonight. No, not really. We'll see you next week. Guys, ladies and gents, we're going to be back in a few moments' time, okay? So don't go away because we'll be back in a bit. All right, hang on.
You're listening to NLPI Radio. Stay tuned in to North London Paranormal Investigations Radio Show.
Wow, wasn't she just brilliant?
Oh, dude, she was awesome.
Just like normal.
She was awesome.
But it's so different from the character on screen.
It really is. That's what I was trying to watch when when I was on mute. Just I wanted to see exactly, and it's one thing when you hear it, when you hear a clip, but you actually really got to see it. I mean, especially when Merrick met Derek. That was epic. I mean, I was laughing so hard when I was watching it. I was trying to bite my tongue the whole time. So definitely check that out.
That takes balls to do something like that. Takes balls because I would feel.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mickey.
I would. I don't know how they did it. I mean, it's. I don't know how they did that. I mean, I know he told me, but that's just that's the icing on the cake,
Before. He really did take the piss out of him, dude. Big time.
Yeah. And it was good, especially that bit where, okay.
That's the part. That's the exact part I was laughing at like crazy. Oh, man. I got to go. I've ended up, I'm definitely, once we're done the show, I'm definitely on YouTube checking this stuff out. I mean, I really want to watch that again and watch some of their other stuff too. Yeah, and I'm hooked. I'm hooked. But it's been great. I mean, I've spoken to the guys over Twitter and on Facebook. We've added them as friends now, and it will be absolutely fantastic if these guys get a little gig somewhere, and we came along and kind of had a bit of a social night out. We can all do it. Get all the paranormal teams. But if these guys come on Parathon 2015, I mean, that would be pretty amazing as well, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah. You know who they remind me of, kind of? And I'm going to talk about the American version. Would be like Connor Hopkins. Is it Connor Hopkins? Yeah, Connor Hopkins, yeah. It's similar. In a similar sense. The filmmaker and film guy. He does a similar when they took the piss out of Zach. I mean, it's a similar thing that they have. A little, I'm sure, different in with Berni and they have their own different kind of troupe thing going on. Where they do different stuff. But he kind of reminded me of Connor a little bit when I was hearing that. So. Good stuff to see the youngins doing that these days. I'll be honest with you. Well, the thing is, when you think about it, there's a lot of people doing spoofs because when you, I mean, look around you. Everyone's kind of doing a spoof of everyone. Music videos. There's a spoof. Just look around you. Everyone's doing it. But also, when you do your research, you find out everyone's also watching paranormal shows. So it kind of makes sense. Do that, because it's like how people become paranormal investigators in the first place because they kind of want to mimic their idols, and there's nothing wrong with that. But these guys are really doing it. They're not mimicking paranormal investigators. They're mimicking a TV show, which is fantastic. It just gives us. I love all that, with Connor Hopkins and Dakota Layden. I love all that stuff. To me, it's fantastic because it shows that these guys have got a sense of humour and they know their stuff. And when people like that are not struggling, but when they need a little audience behind them,
I think, now is the time to strike. When these guys are fresh, let's get them out there and that other people enjoy what we've enjoyed. It's really simple, simple as that.
Yeah, it's skit humor too. I mean, it's excellent stuff. What they're doing. I mean, because not only mocking a paranormal show, but they're like doing their other stuff too. So I mean, it's kind of like they're that talented where they could just do different ideas and they're coming up with their own scripts and stuff like that. I mean, that's far above and beyond what us older generation does. You know what I'm talking about in a sense?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all just YouTube. I mean, YouTube is just like launching people's careers. It's blowing my mind.
Well, YouTube at the moment, like Rachel said, like Berni said, but you can see YouTube on your TV. So effectively, you are on TV, and
yeah.
I can get YouTube on my TV. I watch my own stuff on the TV because it's just a bigger screen and it's just more convenient now.
How do you get YouTube on TV?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, we've got an app that comes part of the TV, and we just use the app, and it logs into the internet and does it through the router.
Smart TV. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm using a Roku still. I got the old Roku, so I don't get the videos. I wish I did.
But you can quite easily stream videos from your PC or your laptop. If you've got an HDMI connector, you get a long enough lead, you can just connect the two together and you can watch videos on your big screen.
Oh, shoot. I got to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a video card with a HDMI lead, you can take that lead and plug it into your TV. Or with a normal VGA lead, you can, most TVs have a VGA or what they call PC input. So you can just use a long lead. I've got a 10-meter lead. So I can watch. 6 to 8 foot lead. So it's quite easy. You can hook up to your TV and you can watch all your YouTube stuff and
okay.
It's not necessarily nicer, but it's certainly bigger.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely get better sound and everything than your laptop. Or I use an iPad. I'm just like an iPad junkie.
Well, I've got mad, absolute crazy PC from hell. I tell you.
Do you?
I've got the best PC in the world now. It just works. It actually works, and one that I built myself. But you mentioned a few minutes ago, like Connor Hopkins, they did the spoof of Ghost Adventures. Well, you know what? I'm gonna play you a little bit of that so that you guys know what we're talking about.
This place is super, super evil.
We are at Dixie Rex Manor. It opened in the 1900s, and it has been occupied by many different people. This place is super creepy. It's super mysterious. It's super old, and that is why we are here.
Yep.
What the fuck?
My name is Zach Baggins. I never believed in ghosts until I came face to face with one. So I set out on a quest to capture what I once saw onto video. I am joined only by my fellow investigators, Nick Ross, and our equipment tech, Aaron Goodman.
We're not running from this! Someone just squashed me!
These are our ghost adventures.
This building was opened in 1922.
Wow.
Originally, it was used as a mental institution, but it was shut down in 1950 because of malpractice. They were abusing the patients.
Wow.
And that was a spoof of Ghost Adventures with Dakota Larden. That's almost exactly the same as what these guys are doing.
Yep, same type of stuff. I mean, it's funny. It's funny that they're actually, they're doing a spoof on it. I just think it's great. I think it's funny as hell because it kind of puts it in perspective that that some of these people that are on TV doing the paranormal take themselves a little too seriously. I mean, I'm not saying but Derek Core, I give a little bit of props. I'm not his biggest fan, of course, but I give him props for showing up and actually doing it. That earned some points right there with me. That he wasn't so about himself. But these people get so big and then they walk in. They think they're better than everybody else. When in a sense, all they're doing is entertaining. They're not actually going out there and doing anything groundbreaking. They're just getting paid to entertain. Or let's say you catch that video, which could be the holy grail. Let's say you caught an anomaly that formed right in front of your camera, and you caught the holy grail. See, that's breaking ground to me. That's breaking ground. Not you being on a television series is not anything to me. Or not you, Mickey. I'm just saying in general. Anybody else. I don't look at them as groundbreaking. And it's sad because there are a lot of people out there who are definitely have water on the brain that think it is groundbreaking when it's not. Just because you have Bill Chappelle on there, when you can take you could take the the Kinect and you could create your own, hook it up to your computer, and it does the same thing Bill Chappelle's done on the same camera. You can go, how much can you buy a Kinect for?
Oh, I mean, Andy Henson told us last week you can buy some for second-hand about £22, which is about, I don't know, $35, $30.
You know what they're selling for digital dowsing right now? That same thing he's got, and it says not a Kinect on it, for $975 right now.
Oh,
That guy,
no.
ladies and gentlemen, from Ghost Adventures, he's the old guy, owns digital dowsing, the Ovilus, and where these guys get all their gear from. $975 for that bad boy. And it's going fast, it said, so buy it now. I sat there, and I just sat there and laughed. I just said, suckers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there you go. That's product placement. That's marketing. But, does it work?
But
does it work? That's the thing. There's not enough proof, not enough research.
How much, if let's say you did, I'd rather, honestly, Mickey, take that $975 and do two things. One, fly to England, knock on your door at 3 in the morning with a backpack, or two, go out and buy a FLIR. I'd much rather have a FLIR than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean,
and do you know what I like about these guys, what I like about Berni, and what I like about Michael? Shall I tell you in a nutshell what I like about them?
Let's hear it. Yeah, man. Definitely.
They're not bad looking as well. They're a bit of all right,
Yeah, Berni's attractive. I like that mohawk she has going. I don't know if she has it going anymore, but yeah. It reminds me of the 80s when I used to have a Liberty Spike mohawk. Oh, God, I'm old, dude. I swear to God.
Well, it's been great. It's been fantastic having them on the show, and it's also been great having a little chat about you and your week. And I hope your week gets better, sir, because we've got a great weekend lined up. Hopefully it'll be nice and sunny out there tomorrow, and we can go and enjoy ourselves. We're going to be back on Monday with Paul Rook. You're back on Tuesday, is that right?
Yeah, we got Joe and Andre, Demonologist, Tuesday. Following week, we got Jerry Dean out of Vegas, I think. He is putting on some big Paracon we want to learn more about. And he's going to promote, if we get him on, he promotes our show and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm psyched to have here Jerry Dean. And if you didn't listen to Thursday's show, we did Dark History, Nazis in the Occult. The link's out there. I'll replace the link on North London Paranormal Radio. And that's basically it, dude.
Good stuff. Well, we're back on Monday. Damon Penny's back on Wednesday, and then we're back again. No, we're not. We're going to be at Nuclear Bunker on Friday. But in the meantime, that's it from me, Kurt Logsdon. Thanks very much to Berni Lee from Take the Cake Productions, and Michael as well, Michael D. Listen out for those guys, because they are Merrick, Alora, and Annette Pilding. Cool, love it. Guys, it's been great fun. So, Kurt, good night from me, good night from him, and good night from him. And have a good weekend, guys. Good night. God bless.
Okay, have a good night.
This is NLPI Radio. NLPI Radio.
Stay tuned in to North London Paranormal Investigations Radio Show.
NLPI Radio.